Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm a real estate agent, author, and coach, but in no way I'm a financial advisor. I'm the XRP agent, and welcome to the Digital Asset News. Hey everyone, good morning and happy Saturday. It's a lot of craziness happened after the Brad Garlinghouse announcement that he's not going to be the first, he's not going to be the last, but he's going to, Ripple maybe a IPO soon. So a lot of people have some positive things to say about it, some negative things to say about it. I'll get into what I feel in a few minutes, and also show a clip on somebody that used to be in the company and what they think and what they're suggesting is. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just documenting my journey. So let's get into the numbers. Bitcoin dominance is at 67%, right on the money. Excuse me. And Bitcoin is at 8,351. It looks like it's coming up a little bit. It's trying to push up. But just because we're getting this news and the price of Ripple goes down, just know, hey, Bitcoin has 67% of the market share right now. So whatever Bitcoin decides to do, have a hiccup where it goes up or goes down, most likely the market's going to follow. Now, Ethereum is at $160 right now. And XRP, the digital asset of the future, now that one is at 21 cents. Okay. Now, we hadn't looked at it in a while, but let's look at coin value. Coin value shows XRP at 37 cents. If it keeps on going down, it's going to correlate to the price of XRP. It's going to intersect at some point. So that's crazy. I don't know how they're doing their algorithm, but if you want to check them out, they're coinfairvalue.com. Now, I really respect these people, Crypto Eerie and Green Eggs and Ham. And hey, that what makes us different. We can have different opinions, but we can agree to disagree. Now, Crypto Eerie is replying to Sam I Am's post a few days ago. Now, in his post, this is nothing but a wealth transfer mechanism, and I find it utterly disgusting. There is zero reason for Ripple to become a public traded company. They don't need the funds. I expected more from these guys. And you can go through the thread. And Crypto Eerie, she responded, I've given it some thought to Sam's tweet. Ripple is in the position to negotiate its terms for XRP holders to participate in the IPO. I'm an idealist inside a realist mind. Always imagine the impossible. Ripple, please surprise us. Okay. Now, I retweeted Crypto's Eerie tweet, and this is what I say. The XRP community shouldn't let every little thing derail their trust in Ripple, and Ripple the company, I mean. I have faith and trust in Brad Garlinghouse until he gives me a reason not to trust him. Remember, this is chess, not checkers. I was looking for Denzel Washington's quote from Training Day.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Basically, when companies do an IPO, they're trying to get funding. They try to get
the shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Public offering so they can grow their business, so they can do what they want to do. Ripple doesn't need funding, in my opinion, but in my mind, it needs market share. It needs world adoption. Now, yes, they're integrated with all these banks around the world, but mom and pop, brother and sister from the street, we never heard about Ripple. So this is just like, back in the days where African Americans or Latino singers were trying to get mainstream, or cross over to country music or the standard music industry, and they're like, oh, you're crossing over to the other side. Yeah, because I want a wider audience. And you have to understand, we're in unsurveyed territory. We're like the final frontier in crypto. I love Star Trek, and we're going into territory that has never been treaded before. And Ripple, the company, is
the shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Going forward and finding the new trails. Is looking for the undiscovered country, so to speak, Star Trek slang. But you have to understand, they put a lot of time and energy planning out the course. Yeah, they probably made some mistakes here and there or whatever, but they're also learning from other companies and not to make their mistake. Like Brian Gardinghouse, when he wrote the Peanut Butter Manifesto, he's focusing on remittances and solving that problem. And since he solved that problem, now the company can open up to other levels and solving other problems that nobody else is solving. So you have to, if you're invested in XRP or Ripple, the company, in my opinion, mentally and financially, you have to hey, let me see where they go from here. Because just because the market go down, like if you had Apple stock or Amazon stock and it went down and, you heard some negative news or something like that, and you did your own research and you found out the company was sound.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
But, you like, well, hey, it's going down. I'm just going to get off the sinking ship. But
the shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
You're thinking short term. You need to think long term. And that's what I'm saying. Some people say, well, hey, if it goes to IPO, the XRP token is going to go to zero, won't have no use case. Well, yeah, it does have use case, because all this legislation in Hawaii, they drafted a bill, and they're going to be using cryptocurrency. They're going to be custodying cryptocurrency, and the main one they're going to be custodying is obviously XRP. They're going to say cryptocurrency, but we know it's XRP. First rule: do not say Ripple. Do not say XRP. You have to put all the pieces together. All the breadcrumbs is going to lead you to where we're going, and you just have to have faith in the process. Don't be scared about all this negativity and all this other stuff. We having good news, the price goes down. Hey, in my opinion, buy more. Just have faith and understand where could your investment go. And like I think Brad Kimes has says countless of times, or someone else, we're millionaires or billionaires, but in slow motion. You have to have the patience to weather the storm. And what's his name? the stockbroker. Warren Buffett, that's it. Warren Buffett has stated in the interview, somebody asked him, was like, well, why is, since your system works so much, why isn't everybody doing it? And he says something to the effect, well, people don't want to become millionaires over a few years, over 10 years, over 20 years. They want to be millionaires now. You have to be patient. You have to pay the price. So I'm thankful for me being, introduced to this cryptocurrency, because all this stuff is new. And a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, we're going to look back on this. It's like, why didn't I see this coming? Like the internet boom, like everything else that, we look back on. It's like, man, if I only knew. Well, now. Just study history and just see how everything is just start slow, and start building up. Like the flywheel they're talking about. They start pushing the flywheel. It's going to go slow. And it has to build up that momentum. Once it builds up that momentum, it's going to take off. I always love talking about the compound effect. And how once that compound effect start taking control, it just blows up. And the compound interest is like the sixth wonder of the world. So you have to have faith. You have to understand. You have to have the mindset. Well, hey, I'm going to invest, and if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. All or nothing. It was somebody from the Ripple organization. We're here. We're all in. It's all or nothing. We're going to either go bankrupt or we're going to put a dent in the universe. And if you have any doubts about that, I'm not a financial advisor, then you don't deserve to be wealthy. That's my opinion. Because there's pain before there's gain. I used to run track across country. I ran 2 LA marathons and walked one. So I was in shape for the first 2, and the last one I didn't train, but I had the mindset. I walked the 26 miles. I probably ran the 0.2, and then I was like, oh, I'm out of shape. I can't do this. But I had the mindset to finish. That's one thing I thank my father on. He's like, if you're going to start something, do your best to finish it. And I'm into the long game. Now, back to this tweet with Crypto Erie. So
The chess, it ain't checkers.
The XRP tip-bot was down for a while. So We'd Say Win has brought it back to life. And let me see. All right. So you see the 25th, I tipped it Crypto Erie, and this other gentleman, where's he at? All right, Stephen Bull from the Deep. I also tipped at him. So he states how Ripple IPO will help increase XRP price. Ripple will be able to hire more talent, acquire more business partners, build more facilities, and do whatever it takes to solve real problems with XRP. Excuse me. As a result, XRP value will grow along with its utility. They're not looking to play nice. They're looking to take over Swift, revamp the whole analog Swift system into a digital instant payment system. And with the extra capital, they're going to be unstoppable. Now, thanks for CKJ. He had this interview last year with former Ripple employee Bob Way on CKJ. Special guest Bob Way, a new project. And also, when people was crying about the price, once it takes off, Bob Way stated that he had a patent where it helps the price of XRP go higher. Now, I don't know about you. They say that XRP was designed for $10,000, right? And I said it before, Bitcoin was close to $20,000, right? And it doesn't have any use case. Now, store of value, okay. Somebody else said, well, one of the use cases was mining, but mining takes 1% of the world's energy. That's not green, and we're moving to a green society. So only time will tell how that's going to run. But Bob Way says he has a patent. Once something activates it, it's supposed to make the price of XRP go up. I guess like a safety mechanism where it keeps it from dropping or something. I'm not sure. Maybe when Bob Way comes back, he'll explain it a lot more. But in this part of the section, this is like the mic dropper right here. Thanks to CKJ for interviewing Bob Way. Listen to what he has to say. Let me turn this up.
From somebody that actually has stock in Ripple Labs. Everybody, how can I get stock in Ripple Labs? But I think for each individual to get stock in a company like that would have to go public first, right? Maybe an IPO.
Yeah, basically you can buy it on external over-the-counter markets, but there's financial regulations about that. You can only buy in large chunks. Somebody told me the other day that they looked into it and the smallest amount they could buy was $100,000 worth.
Whoa.
And I think you have to be a qualified investor.
So you get the gist of it. If you want to see more of the video, I'll put the link in the description. But his main purpose was not to crash the company, but later on in the video, he says something about once it becomes an IPO, the XRP price will kind of parallel the price of the IPO, in his opinion, if I remember correctly. But understand that we're not seasoned investors, or most of us, and they're talking to the elite of the financial industry, and they're getting their information, their strategy from people that wants this project, this company this company Ripple to succeed. So they're going to do whatever they can do to facilitate their success. Hey everyone, I just saw this tweet from Mickey B. Fresh, and I just had to put it in the video. So let me, all right, so let me read what he says. Bob Way spoke a year ago about this exact point prior to the IPO. The FUD is based on wild speculation. The fact point to everything being beneficial. The facts point to everything being beneficial for XRP. Ripple stock is a separate asset class via XRP. XRP settlement asset. This clouds the clowns on Twitter spewing FUD is comical. So, and then I say the people that are putting out FUD just do not understand. Like I said earlier, this is not checkers, it's chess. And then I thank him and I give him the new tip bot. I'm going to highlight this tweet in my video. So, and he's referring to, like I showed you earlier, the interview with Bob Wade on the CKJ show. Now, this is stills from the show. XRP price, current utility plus preparation of future utility. Definitely, if you hadn't seen that video, definitely look at that video. Wouldn't it be easier for potential customers to have a blueprint or map that centers the plan around XRP and shows how each targeted market complements the others? So check it out. I did a like, a love, and retweet. This is phenomenal. And we have more news coming out most likely later on this year. And I'm still waiting for Madame Lagarde to give her speech from the from her organization. So maybe that was just rumors, or it's not ready yet to be talked about, but I'm very excited for 2020. And we're only 25 days in. It's a lot of good stuff. And do not be concerned about the price right now. Just thank your wild stars that you have another day to accumulate at this low level. As always, thank you for watching the stream. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you want to hear more? Leave a comment below. This is the XRP Agent. Until next time, later.